yeah. Bitch so bad, I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, bad. I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, I wanna shoot. Girl, you too bad for me not to press you, yeah. Young fly nigga, I don't follow all these rules, yeah. Bitch, I'm making tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go.
That's a nope.
This shit high, boy.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype. I want more friends, is a problem. I been living like a king since I hopped in. Yeah, my foot is in the bins, yeah, I'm riding with a gang. Yeah, I hit a hot lick, I'm the top shit. Bought a two-seater, it's a beamer, more than 100 racks. VV's Aquafina, I be iced, I don't ever cap. First name deal, I got my bag, yeah, we automatic. Ice cream reefer, hold it up, yeah, we feeling gas. Driving with a tower, going 100, running flow with her. Riding with my shawty, yeah, I knew I had to flow with her. Looking like a bottle, shawty bad, yeah, she know what's up. Looking at the stars, don't fuck it up. Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my heart, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype beast.
Ayo, Parrish, this shit high, boy.
What's he doing? Oh. I don't know. He's just trying to tell you he likes it. He's trying to tell you he likes you. You have good taste. How long are you going to be streaming Overwatch for? How long are you going to be streaming Overwatch for? Oh, you. Okay. I'll stream it for you. Yeah, I'll play. Yeah, just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Another 30 minutes. I want to sculpt for at least an hour. Try to block out. Continue blocking out. I should probably get to his hands sometime this week. Won't be able to stream again for a bit. Huh? Yeah, I'll stream too, but outside of that, I probably won't be able to for a minute. So I'll be working. After work. Yeah, it's like no latency to Yeah, I'll stream too, but outside of that, I probably won't be able to for a minute. So I'll be working. After work. Yeah, it's like no latency to Yeah, I'll stream too, but outside of that, I probably It always takes a second for the models to actually start to look. It always takes a second before the models actually start to look pretty good. And I was actually talking today with, I was actually talking, there's nobody watching, so it's fine. I was like talking today with, but just the idea that, like, whenever you're sculpting, it's always a good idea to just... Oh, I was commenting on a video. And then the person was responding. But it was just the idea that, like... and I was actually talking... It's always hard to really get into sculpting because, like, when you first start, it always looks so bad. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are. When you first start, it's always going to look really bad. So it's fine. And it's really hard to get past that point of just understanding that, or more so just accepting that. So, like, a lot of people kind of just stop. So just the idea that, like, whenever you're sculpting, it's never a good idea to just... Yeah, you just gotta push through. Oh, I was commenting on a video. And then the person was responding. But it's just the idea that, like... it's always hard to really get into sculpting because, like, when you first start, it always looks so bad. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are. When you first start, it's always really bad. It's really hard to get past. Yeah, it's the toughest thing to do with, or more so just accepting any kind of art, really. Because that's how art is in general. It's just art is something that never really looks good when you first start. Like, that's why it's always so hard to like sell people on a vision, because you can see it, but they can't. So it's like you kind of have to put in the work to communicate it so that you can communicate it in a way that other people understand it. Like, it could be with art, well, with like sculpting, but it could also be graphic design. It could be publishing, art. That's how art is. It just always takes time before artists actually start to come up. It never really looks good when you first start. That's why it's always so hard to like sell people on a vision, because you can see it, but they can't. So it's like you kind of have to put in the work to communicate it so that you can communicate it in a way that other people understand. It could be with like sculpting, but it could also be graphic design. It's interesting because that's like the same thing that I struggle with, and I learned that a lot of that's because like, not even trying to sound like uppity, but it's just like when you're a child genius, you're just good at everything they throw at you, because it's stuff that kids are supposed to learn. You know, and as an adult, you've probably already learned these kinds of things, but basically it's the idea that it's like going through that kind of childhood, which is everything is just kind of easy to you. It gets hard to try new things, because part of like trying new things is being bad at it. You know, you're not gonna be good at everything. Like that's just true. And like if you go through like school, just always being good at everything you try, and you do get to that point in life where you're trying stuff out, it's hard to continue with it because you kind of got used to just being good at everything you try. So when you try something new, it's just going to be bad at it. So you're like, why don't I get this right away? And then you just give up because you don't get it right away. It gets hard to, when it's like, you try because you just have to keep going, try it. I don't know. You know, yeah. It's not good. Education system like that is really helpful. And like if you go through like school, just try to be good at everything you try. You do get to that point in life when you're trying stuff out. It's hard to kind of got and a lot of that is really reinforced with how that try something new. It's like when you like say like a lot of the things that you learn, you never really go back to like previous courses. So if you get a bad grade, you got a bad grade and you can't change that. And I mean like in tests, not I mean like final scores and grades and stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing, but I just mean that like the idea that, you know, when you fail a class, for example, you're probably going to take it again, but the course is going to be different. The next time around, so and a lot of life, there's no, well, at least in school, it doesn't really train you for life. Really? Say like a lot of things. It's just like, hey, once you fail, that's it. And it's like, no, you can try again. If you get a bad grade, you can try again and again. You can't change that. And I mean like in tests, not I mean like final scores. Huh? That's kind of the same thing, but I just mean that like the idea that, you know, in a class. Right? That's why I have so many issues with the idea of putting my kid in general education. Because like, well, at least in school we do that, and it's like, yeah, you know, a good amount of that education comes from, it's just like, hey, once you fail, that's it. It's like, no, at the same time, it's like, you can try again. They spend most of that time try again and again. That's going to really affect how they view themselves, how they carry on with mistakes, how they carry on with interacting with people in the general public and stuff. School kind of like cripples you in a way. It prepares you to work, to be a good worker. He's an amazing worker. Yeah. Yeah, you know, a good amount of that education. It's meant to make you adhere to a Prussian kind of system. So essentially, carry on. School kind of like cripples you. It prepares you to work.
Well, it's not like every educational system is like that, but yeah. It's meant to make you adhere to the Prussian kind of system. So essentially,
School kind of like cripples you.
trained up to think a certain way. Well, it's not like something is to fit that certain way. Because that's even how school is, and the status quo works in school. You get shunned for not being popular, meant to make you, i.e. not fitting in. So, if your thoughts don't follow the status quo, you get punished for it. So a lot of people feel pressured to fit into that. I mean, I feel like now it's a little different. I remember when we were younger, that's how it was. But now, I feel like a lot of that turned into, you know, being that outlier. That's even how school is. Being the conformist to the system is not in anymore. Being the outlier is. And I think that the dangerous part about that is that these are people who came from the ideology of a work-based status quo kind of system. So it's the same thing. It's just, I mean, I feel like now people feel a bit more justified. I remember adhering to it. Now I feel like a lot of that turned into, you know, being that radicals. Like being the conformist to the system is not anymore. Being the outlier. Conformist. I mean, not conformist, non-conformist. They're just like saying all this wild shit. These are people who came from the ideology of a work-based status quo kind of system. So it's the same thing. I gotta figure out why that. People feel a bit more justified. I'm gonna use an insert brush. Because I am radical. Being a conformist to the system. I mean, not conformist, non-conformist. It's like saying all this wild shit. So that what we're talking I think nowadays guys do have to struggle. You can if you want. I'm about to do that. Is that what we're talking?
Nothing.
I think nowadays guys do have to struggle. No capes. No capes. What's that sound? Is that like the computer or something? Oh, it's probably my computer. It's like fans. I think nowadays guys no capes. No capes. What's that sound? Is that like the computer or something? I'm definitely gonna be that parent that like when my kid's talking about something that's not that serious. I'm gonna be like, you know, this reminds me of how the educational system is just ruining people's lives.
definitely gonna be that parent that my kids talking about something that's not that serious. This reminds me of how the educational system is just really there's a lot of things that I'm like thinking to myself, like, oh, my kid's probably gonna be thinking or feeling certain ways that maybe I don't entirely agree with or understand more so, but I would much rather them be in a mind state where they're just actively questioning things that I tell them. Huh? Yeah, it's a healthy one, not one that's like, or you're too skeptical. Just questioning every single thing.
It reminds me of that video on TikTok of I sent you.
There's a lot of things that I'm like, oh yeah, and that guy was just like, what the fuck? Maybe I don't. I think he was pushing it a bit. Because like he was like also just, I think again, like, you know, brainwashing shows itself in so many, well, cognitive dissonance shows itself in so many different ways, really. And it's like, I think that was one of them. It's like you live in a system or a society where everything's for profit, so it's kind of hard to think about somebody making money and giving something away for free that's meant to help you, because water should be free. I think he was pushing it because like he was like also just, I think again, like, you know, brainwashing shows itself. Well, cognitive dissonance shows itself. And it's like, I think that was one of them. It's like you live in a system or a society where everything's for profit, so it's kind of hard to think about somebody giving something away for free that's meant to help you, because water should be free. Yeah, I think again, like, brainwashing shows itself. Well, cognitive
Maybe I'm a bit of a
water should be.
and maybe nothing is wrong with her. It's just like you said.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, there's always some kind of thing that needs to be, you know, either given or whatever. I think it's just very interesting thing to think about. But again, like, you know, it's always good to just like question the shit that's in front of you. Like, it's always good to question. Otherwise, you know, 1984, George Orwell and shit. Just people just like going along with shit because that's just how society is. I mean, people kind of already do that. There's a lot of people who do. And it's interesting because, you know, one thought that, well, not even thought, but it's like somebody had told me a while ago that it's like, unfortunately, that like thinking is a tough thing to do. And not a lot of people good amount of people are too lazy to think for themselves. And it's like, it's kind of hard to think about it that way because it's just hard to think about it that way, but then it's like I meet people who actually say shit like that, like oh, I don't really care, like, you know, it's like, there's just people out there are people out there who just legit don't give a shit about what's going on, like they're just fine with, you know, just being whatever, you know, just self-preservation type shit.
can't, because it's like they're also kind of just understanding the system that they're in, and they're kind of just understanding the system that they're in, and it's like the truth is like as much as we do want to be out there and try to like make a change, we're not going to see that change in our lifetime, at least.
Like you said, self-preservation.
The repercussions. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much Marcus Aurelius. That's happening. I think that's one of it was like a lot of it's like you can't. You're making the situation worse.
We're trying to like stay out of it.
Yeah, that's why it's like, for me personally, like, I don't know, that's why for me I've always been that person that just speaks up, because I don't know, I guess my understanding is just like, at the end of the day it's like you're the one who gives life meaning, really. Like at the end of the day you're the one who gives life meaning, and it's like, yes, a lot of this shit is just not in our control, but that doesn't mean to just give up, you know, like it doesn't mean that you just shouldn't try. And it's like, I think people kind of get so hung up on wanting to make big changes, you know, like make drastic changes. When it's like, in reality, it's like, bro, like you live in a community that you can actually help and change and, you know, do little things here and there that help the people in your lives, like in your lives, not people across the planet, or you know, people in like another city. Like just because people believe something else doesn't mean that they have to believe what you do, kind of thing. You know? I don't know. I just think that I don't know. I think people just get jaded after a bit. They just get really jaded and just like, nah, fuck all that noise. I ain't trying to do all this. And it's like, that's exactly what whoever's in charge counts on. Because it's like, the more people that don't care, the more they can do whatever they want. Sorry, my thought was kind of like all over the place though, because I'm also getting into this sculpting as well. Oh, what'd you say?
just wanted to get the block out a little bit closer. No, this is nowhere near done, but just to get the block out a little bit closer to where I wanted to get it. So it's kind of just kind of down there. So like probably another few passes before he starts to really like himself. But yeah, I think you're right in the sense of wanting to sentence them, and for me, I'm thinking like that basically means making this a likeness. And I think I want to challenge myself and make it a likeness, because likenesses, they take a while to actually get looking right. The Wolverine sculpt isn't even done. The Wolverine sculpt is still there. Years. Yeah. Basically with him, he's not exactly done. I just have to get his shoes. I just have to finish his shoes. I hate doing shoes. Getting cramps. Let's do polish. Just keep working that over time. Gotta get his hands done. Reference here. Get some reference. exactly for texture. Oh, you're okay. Let's see. Just finding reference for relaxed hands. I should probably just make a Purify file. It's just relaxed hand. This is so hard to do. I might start taking pictures of my own hands. She doesn't think it would do that. He's in DC. Crazy. No, not all. Personally, my favorite is actually from, I think it's called Valiant Comics. Let's see, Valiant. Yeah, Valiant Comics. I think they're probably like third place. Guess you don't really hear too much about third place, but it seems like they've been pushing a lot more Bloodshot, but I think a lot of that's because like that movie with Vin Diesel came out. Yeah, he played as Bloodshot. The movie, I don't know, I don't think it did very well, but I don't know. It shows that they're actually looking at Valiant. So, I don't know. Like, it just makes me wonder why they didn't do a Magnus the Robot Fighter. I think that would be way more interesting, honestly. Yeah, Magnus the Robot Fighter. But I don't know, maybe it's like I don't know, like contract thing or something. Because, like, if I look at Valiant right now, like, let's see. I see, like, Man of War with him. Jack, Rye. Because these are the comics that I read growing up because they were the cheap. They were like $5 for like $1 or something like that. Yeah, and it was never in order, so I just always tried to collect as many as I can. I remember Magnus Robify was like my favorite series, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like they even sell him anymore. What happened? Oh, it looks like it was like a movie thing. I did see about there was like a relaunch of it, like a soft relaunch of the character and stuff. I don't know. I mean, oh, it looks like the reboot, like Magnus is a woman instead of a man. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, the character doesn't really adhere to him being a male. I mean, if anything, it would have been a little bit more interesting if they kept him as a male because his outfit he wore a skirt, so yeah. And I'm talking like a short skirt, like he opened, like if he stepped up on, I don't know, like a ledge, you'd be like, yo, bro, you wearing boxers? Like, so. I don't know. I mean, if anything, it could be his daughter, because he did have a kid, I think, in the comics. From what I remember, he did have a kid. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, because, like, the thing is, like, what made him, you know, the robot fighter kind of thing was that, and I think I already told you, but, like, he did a martial arts style that trained him to be strong enough to, like, basically break through robots with his bare hands. And this was like a really big time because the robots were basically running rampant. And, you know, because it was like AI and shit like that, so kind of like Matrix kind of thing, where they actually ate people, I think. Yeah, to use to use it like the bioelectricity to keep themselves running. Yeah, so it got really wild. Yeah, it got pretty wild. So, pretty much, yeah. So it's like, you're in that kind of world where you can't really use weapons because they got rid of the weapons. So him being somebody who could just beat them up with his bare hands, that was like super big. So it's like, and that's a martial arts style. It's not anything that, yeah, I mean, strength does have to do with it. It does have to do with it. But it's something that anybody can learn. But, you know, he could have taught his daughter. The only thing is that canonically it wouldn't really make sense because he added the rebellion. So it's, I mean, not that they won the rebellion, so it's like, yeah, it wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, it could be a fresh story too. Well, more like just like because like the whole thing that made him interesting was he was fighting robots. Like, that was the whole thing. That he got rid of robots and there's no conflict because robots got rid of like almost all of humanity. So it's like, what are you guys fighting for? You want to make yourselves extinct at this point? Like, fighting at that point is just you're hurting yourself. So it makes sense to fight. But I don't know. I mean, they can reboot it and make it a woman. I don't think that's a problem. Because again, like, the character isn't attached to his gender or even the race, so. Because it was for the human race. Well, there's actually one part, like his introduction was, I think it was like the queen or the princess or something. something like that, and he has like rescue, or I don't know. But I don't know. I think like you can, especially since it's probably not really that well known. I think like you can definitely shift it into something else. So. Because, I mean, in truth, it's like, if you are going to make a movie about something like Batman's the Robot Fighter, it would make sense if you do a gender swap, if you're making a movie as like a continuation. Because the original series doesn't, like, it's not pointing anything to the original series. And you see movies and editions now where they're basically revamping the characters already made. And it's always referencing their original storylines. So it's like, I don't know. It's a tough thing to say. I don't know. I just like the idea of making new characters rather than just revamping old ones. It's kind of lazy. Yeah, it's kind of lazy to revamp old characters, in my opinion. Up for like it's the best time to use hand sanitizer now. I can actually stop streaming. I just have to keep, I guess like, maybe like 1 or 2 more sessions of getting there. Probably the third session after the next, they're polishing them out. But again, I'm probably not going to be able to work on it for a bit because, I'm streaming to YouTube. Kashi X.